These two people, they are now one. Am I correct? From today, this moment, they are now one person with one voice, understanding. They quarrel sometime, but they really settle. Hello? Hello? You know, say Nigeria will day now. And this guy, they dance, they come. If money no day, that's why they think double things. As they dance, they look people they drink anyhow. They check them. Check people they drink and they think of where did they bring. Some people they eat, some they drag food. He might say, see trouble, God. She can't yawa be this again. Then as they talk, they will come for journal. Hey! Say market down rough. It's not your portion in Jesus' name. Amen. As you bright in come inside today, sir, and so your future just be bright they go. Amen. No shaking. I like Bob. Clap for yourself. You know, sometime, man, we don't get feeling. This guy know my feeling. Only they clap for me. When I day live show, nobody can appreciate me. One guy puts in your clapping. Program, if you don't know clap, I don't need that to clap again. No, don't clap. I beg clap for me. I like this clap. I like this clap. Now I laugh fast. Oh, everybody laugh right now. God bless you, brother. Make me move on, otherwise program not go finish to do. Hello? You know, such a thing, we need somebody that we just speak one or two words. Those who don't experience life. Those are kind of elderly people that they call, but some people they never old. But what did they their head? It makes sense. Abi? I would like to call on one of my big brothers. My brother, my friend, we don't relate somehow, but we relate somehow, you know. It's a very nice guy, you know. It's the person of, whether I don't change the name, I know it need to be different thing, but whether they see a different thing, make it person come up and say, come up and I know what he be. Papa Dame. The name of Papa Dame. See? Clap around.
I better laugh now. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. On behalf of this family, I first of all want to welcome each and every one of you. You know, it's not easy to find people like you. Honestly speaking, it's not easy because when you are invited, one thing is to be invited, and another thing is to honor that invitation. And that you all, I mean, some of you came from Northwest Rhine, Fallen, or how do you call it? I saw some plate number with Oberhausen. Some came from Esslingen. Okay, let me talk about people from Heidelberg though. But still, that you are all here, you've been able to grace this occasion on their behalf. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. So please, just clap for yourself. Just clap for yourself. Put your hands up. Well, I've been asked to, you know, say one or two things to Mr. Ver and his wife, Manny. Yeah, it's one of those things though. You see, marriage is made for two persons to come together. And it takes two to get married. It takes two to get married. And when you've been able to find yourself, it is always good it is always good. But one thing again that will help you to really keep your marriage successful, you need the third person. You always need the third person. Because without this third person, your marriage will definitely not last. He is the institutor. He made an arrangement that man is not supposed to live alone. He said he wants to complete a man. So a man is complete when you find your half, your wife. So Mr. Webb, you are from this moment a complete man. Because you've been able to find your better half. The third person that I mentioned actually is God, because he instituted marriage. So if it's in your marriage, it's like a threefold cord. If you tie 3 ropes together, it's difficult before you cut it. You can't pull it. It's difficult. So if you involve God in your marriage, if you involve him in your marriage, believe you me, nothing comes in it. Because he blesses marriage. You see, and the same God, Jehovah said, for your marriage to last, you need one point, just one thing. That is love. We were discussing this thing last time. I made mention of even our tongue and the teeth. They quarrel sometimes. You see, the tongue, if I'm talking now, it's just moving like that. And at the point in time, if it's not careful, what happens? The teeth will bite. And they bite. And then the tongue will be silent. So there is bound to be problem. There is bound to be problem. So when there is problem, what happens? Does the tongue say, okay, let me leave now? The teeth don't need me. No. So when there is problem, what you do is love covers a multitude of what? Sin. So for your marriage to last, the roof of your house should be what? Love. Maybe if we all go outside now, just take for instance, if we all should go outside, you will never know what is inside here, will you? No. You will never know. Before they decorated this place, if you come in here, you are like, this hall now. You wouldn't like it. So that is how it is also with marriage. When there are difficulties, when love covers it, people outside will like jealous you for help. They are like, wow, these two couples always smiling, they are always together, holding hands, and but still within them, there is what? There are problems. So how many times should you forgive your wife or your husband when there is mistake?
7 times 7. 77 times 7.
So you see now, the Bible says 77 times. So which means each time you wrong each other, please count it. Is that what we are saying? Is that what we are saying? No. How long will you keep on counting? That is where forgiveness comes in. So after love, the next step is what?
Forgiveness.
Take note of this point. If you roof your house, if you roof it with love, your door should be what? Forgiveness. If you want to come in, open the door and say, whatever happens now, I will forgive you. Whether he or she, you as a husband or as a wife, each time you open your door, whatever you find inside, you what? Because maybe you are the kind of person, we all know what I'm saying. Sometimes we see our kids, when they brush their teeth, they just drop the brush there. If you have a nagging wife, just your toothpaste, because you placed your brush somewhere, and why you don't keep this brush for here again? Now, what did they happen now? You don't know the right place to put them. They go like that. Or if you have a nagging husband, for just leave like this, they nag. And then how long will you bear that? So, what would be the step for you? If you forgive that person, will you complain about it? No. So, learn to do the right thing that your wife or your husband could not do. Do the right thing together. There should be no complaint. The Bible says that, let's get that point now. Husbands should honor their wives. He did not say wives should honor their husband. Why? The Bible did not say why should. How do you honor somebody? Take for instance, we have chiefs here now. What is expected of the chief to their subject? He used the word what?
To honor them.
That's it. The chief must honor their subject so that they will pay in return. What? And that's what the Bible says. So it says a wife should show what? Deep respect. Deep respect. So the husband is to honor. That's what the Bible says. Why the wife should show deep respect. So if you want your wife to show you the deepest respect from her heart, you have to honor. What is the extent? To what extent can you go to honor your wife? Take for instance, what did Jesus do with his disciples?
He washed their feet.
As a king, was he supposed to do that?
No.
So, if you want your wife to honor you, show you deep respect rather, you have to wash. You have to what? Wash.
The wife.
Hold on. Well, hey, this is a serious issue now. Don't laugh about it. It's not.